Hello and welcome to Yemmy Reviews. Last episode was with the side-scrolling game Halloween Forever, so you can check that out if you want. As always, I am YemmytheFerret, aka Yemmy, and I received a key for this game from the developers Mandragora. I hope I'm saying that right. So thank you so much to them for the opportunity to play and review this game. Speaking of which, let's get into that review. Freaky Awesome is closely related to The Binding of Isaac. It's a type of game that is roguelite, has some permadeath, it's a dungeon crawler with randomized rooms, etc, etc. The game sports a weird 8-bit style with basic combat and items. But where the game really shines and becomes unique is in the, well, let me show ya. Freaky Awesome starts you off with a heartbreaking story. Your dog is taken from you, and you must hunt down the person responsible. Your efforts lead you to a deserted factory, and with some puzzle-solving skills and a huge explosion, you jump down into the sewers below a factory to begin your journey. The game officially begins with you being surrounded by toxic goop, and as soon as you climb out, you transform into your first mutation, a mutant that simply kicks. Before you start the game, there are several color configurations for your character, and you can choose your mutations. There are 3 mutant configurations from the start, and as you go through the game killing enemies, they will leave behind goop. The goop will heal you, but it will also fill your mutation meter. And when that gets full, you will have to choose between your other 2 mutant configurations, and thus, you transform! The monsters in the game vary from goo monsters, the tubby bloated guys, all the way to 2-legged abominations. Enemies are added the farther you go into the game. Destructible items in the game range from boxes to cement blocks. Just like with the enemies, new ones are added that can either help you or hurt you. Like in the next area you go to, there's glass chambers, and when broken, they can cause bleeding damage from you or enemies walking over them. Each stage in the game is broken up into 2. The first part, you have to get to an elevator, and during the elevator ride, you can level up an attribute to one of your 3 mutations. The second part, you will go to the boss fight for the level. So far, I've faced 2 different bosses at the end of the first part, which is the factory. It's a dog. There's a dog with many heads, and there's also a giant bug with a huge stinger. The boss fights can be a bit challenging, especially if you choose a weaker mutation. You may be asking, but Yemmy, how do you get better mutations? Well, I'll tell you. Throughout your travels, you may find a room with a giant machine in it. This machine requires coins, a key, and a blood sacrifice. After all that is done, a mutant will come out and attack you. Defeat it, and you will get that mutation to choose from there onward. Remember that if you choose Quick Run or Continue from the main menu, you won't be able to choose your mutations. You have to do a new run. Items in the game, like keys, coins, and dynamite, come from destroying boxes and the like throughout the game. Use keys to go through locked doors, of course, and use coins to go to the shop. I think the dynamite is pretty self-explanatory. The shop has to be found while running through the stages. It allows you to buy things you can find in boxes, but it also allows you to purchase DNA points, and you are able to upgrade the shop as well. Before I talk about the DNA, I just wanted to mention that when you die in this game, that's it. You'll have to restart with the base character, but the shop upgrades stick and the DNA points stick as well. DNA points can be spent in the skills section on the main menu. Like the shop, like I said, these upgrades stay and they help out while playing through the next part of the game. Things like better healing, faster speed, and better prices at the shop are what you can expect from the DNA upgrades. You can also play challenges, which are events that have something special happen during them. Like the Halloween one going on right now has exploding pumpkins that spawn everywhere you go. The online in the game is still in beta mode, and as you see, there's no lobbies to join, so unfortunately, I cannot test that out. The options in the game are varied, with options to change controls, go to full screen, and have less camera shake. I do find the way to change the volume is a bit awkward, but other than that, basic stuff here. There are also 3 options for difficulty: normal, hard, and insane, which you choose before starting your run. The trophies in the game are pretty straightforward. There's only about 13 to collect with a platinum trophy. Most of them have to do with boss killing, with only one being for an upgrade. The trophies are kind of spoilers to the game, so tread lightly. There also seems to be a possibility of a secret stage to unlock as well, so cool. All in all, I am really enjoying my time with Freaky Awesome. I have minor gripes about the game that don't really hinder my enjoyment overall. I think this game can be classified as its own, even if it mirrors some aspects of The Binding of Isaac. But this roguelite definitely rises. The graphics in the game could be a bit better, but all in all, I really enjoy mutating and fighting in this strange world. So, in the end, I'm going to give Freaky Awesome 93 Ferret biscuits out of 100. So what are your thoughts on Freaky Awesome? Is it a pool of mutant excrement, or does it mutate into something beautiful? As always, I am YemmytheFerret, and this has been Yemmy Reviews.